running fast, feeling present that I was stuck, so I gotta dash now, flash now. Why does our life orbit around the cash now? I crash down from this height. I'm meditating, I hope the universe hears my plight. I need to inspire, but I'm trapped in my room, feeling blue, staring at the ceiling fan, wondering how much weight it can hold. Is this too much? Cause I got more to unload. I might explode. I feel alone, tired, scared, unspared by thoughts of death. Deep breaths with the mountains is where I release my stress. My hands together at the Buddhist center. My posture's correct. I inhale the calm. Exhale the unrest. Try your best not to judge yourself. Be you, T full, blessed are you and I when we awaken for the sunrise. I hope those whose eyes are sold have found their peace. Am I hiding from my problems? But what in life do I seek? They don't want us to pay attention to the veil, but I had to take a peek. Through these words, I hope to release what is making me weak. Weep, deep, sleep, rise. My conscience is kept high, not fried, but free. Shit, I'm rambling now. I just got so much on my chest. Chip on my shoulder holds the weight of the world, though I must always progress. For all the days I look in the mirror and I feel like a mess. I close my eyes. I feel the sun's warmth. I hear the birds chirping. Feel the breeze rustle the trees. Humans hustle, scuffle, bustle to the top. Stop. Should I feel like a mess? Again, I close my eyes. I feel the sun's warmth. I hear the birds chirping. Feel the breeze rustle the trees. And I know that I'm blessed.
Growing up in Texas, what we did for fun was lay on the ground and pretend to be dead. There was a huge field by my house, and every day after school, the Oppressed Court bus stop kids, my sister and I would race from the bus stop over the black iron fence, through the woods, under the barbed wire, ripping holes in all of our sleeves, which would eventually lead us to that field. Because if you laid there long enough, the vultures would come. Because they thought that all of us lying there was a giant pile of dead flesh. As I got older, as you can imagine, it got pretty isolating out there. And I spent most of my time ensuring that I could do everything I could to get myself out and never come back. That process was painful and jagged and wonderful because it eventually led me to the middle of the San Juan Rocky Mountains, where I moved in with 6 8-year-olds, all in our tiny twin beds and our tiny tin roof, and my job was to pack us up with everything we would need for the next however many days. Pots, pans, clothes, food, everything. We would go out there. And I saw things that would consistently send me into stupors, from huge, gorgeous, snow-capped mountains to the tiniest little beetle making its way along a brook, to the shrieks of my 8-year-olds trying to figure out how to take a shit in the dirt hole that they had dug in the ground. And I say I saw all these things because by the end of it, I realized I needed to go on the journey, just to realize I never had to go on it at all. Because if I could go anywhere in the world right now, I would not go back to the tiny tin roof or the gorgeous mountain range. I would go back to that field. I would go back home.
Hello, my name is Inger Wexler, and I will be reading April from Guilty in the Court of Love. I took the fifth because I was protecting you. I lied.
You bitch! That's my audition piece. You stole it from me.
What the hell are you doing?
You knew I was doing April from Guilty in a Court of Love.
I did not.
Where did you find it?
It was on the kitchen
It
table.
was my copy.
Okay, can I start over?
No.
Okay, so I saw your monologue on the kitchen table, and you weren't around. I decided to do it. But that doesn't mean I stole it from you. I mean, come on, if you want to do it, do it. It's a free country.
My audition is right after yours. I can't do the same monologue after you do it.
Too bad. I took the 5th
You did
because
this on purpose, didn't you? You knew I was doing the same piece, so you made sure to sign up for this law right before mine.
This is my roommate, Jen. She is a wacko. I mean, I really should have her committed, but we need the eggs.
Okay, can I just say something? Okay, so I picked this monologue out because not only did I think it was a great monologue, but because no one has probably heard it before. And I leave it on the kitchen table for, I don't know, a day. And my roommate decides to steal it. And I mean, shouldn't there be some kind of rule about this?
I did not know you were doing this monologue.
You heard me rehearsing it every night this week.
So what? You think I'm just listening by your door? I don't know what you're rehearsing in your room.
Walls are paper thin. You can hear every word I say.
Oh, they're not that thin.
Oh, really? Oh, where did I hear this then? Jamal! Yeah, was that some type of celestial vision I was having?
I really was not expecting any special favors.
I took the 5th because I was protecting you.
If Jamal wants to cast me, I would hope it's because I'm right for the role. And not because of, well, not because of other things. If there were, but there aren't. Because I'm not that kind of person, no. And if you all can't see that, then fuck you. That's my monologue.
I took the 5th because
I was stuck.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You want a sandwich?
You're so weird, Otis.
You should meet my mom if you think I'm weird. All she does is talk about sex. She has like 0 boundaries. She teaches this workshop, my yoni myself. Yoni means vagina. But yeah, she's like constantly asking me inappropriate questions, like it's totally acceptable. She's basically mental.
My mom's a drug addict. She tries not to be, but she is. I haven't seen her in a while. And I have this brother as well, and he is the funniest guy I know. But he's a bit all over the place. Not the most reliable.
I didn't...
Don't say sorry.
Okay.
Are those flowers for me?
Yeah. Seems a bit inappropriate now.
No, I like him. Nothing says happy abortion like a bouquet. I should go.
Do you want me to come in with you? I can
No,
just...
I'm fine. You go. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm coming in with you. I said I'd walk you home.
I'm fine.
No, you could bleed or hemorrhage or have a reaction.
I'm not inviting you in, okay? I'll text you if I die.
I'll keep my phone close.
If you tell anyone about this, I will kill you. I have a hatchet and I know a good place to hide a body. Okay?
The 7:30 sold out. I knew we should have gotten here earlier.
Sold out already.
Yeah. I knew people were going to want to see the new Star Wars movie. So what do you want to do? I mean, there's a 10 o'clock, but it's on a smaller screen.
What's that shirt?
What, this? It's a shirt. Next big screen isn't until midnight, so I'm thinking...
Since when do you wear shirts like that?
Like what? It's just a shirt. Jane bought it for me.
Oh, okay, no, now it makes sense.
What do you mean? What's wrong with it?
Nothing. It's just, you know, it's a shirt a girlfriend buys you.
Okay, that's absurd. You're just saying that because I just told you she bought it for me. I totally could have bought this on my own.
Really? Because, you know, outside of work, I don't think I've ever seen you in anything other than t-shirts.
Jeez, that's so sweet. You pay so much attention to my wardrobe. What, is there something you want to tell me?
No, I think it's cute you're wearing your Jane shirt. Maybe next time you'll have your Jane haircut too.
Shut up. So do you want to wait for the midnight screening, or is that too late? You know, and Jane likes the way my hair is. Well, I mean, she doesn't want me to get it cut anyway, so.
See? Jane's not really falling for you. Sure, she likes regular Sam well enough. But who she's really interested in? The person she could see herself with in the long run? Now that's potential Sam. Potential Sam wears the button-up shirts and has a slightly different haircut and probably uses more lip balm. And when she's done transforming you into potential Sam, you might not realize it right away, but you're gonna miss good old regular Sam. Deep down, you're gonna resent her just a little bit for that. Trust me, I know how these things work.
Yeah, because you've been in so many successful relationships.
You know, sometimes it's easier to identify a phenomenon when you're on the outside looking in.
Okay, first of all, I like this shirt. I think it's a nice shirt. And honestly, I like the fact that Jane bought me this shirt. I even like the fact that Jane likes me enough to buy me a nice shirt. And secondly, what am I supposed to do? Well, wear worn-out old t-shirts the rest of my life? I mean, we're in our mid-20s now. Maybe it's time to leave the college dorm room look behind? You know, I mean, I'm still the same guy I was before I met Jane, and I think I'm secure enough in myself to do whatever I want to do, whether she likes it or not.
All right. Forget I said anything. It's a great shirt. I'm sure you're going to be very happy with it. So what are we doing? You know, I'm sure this one's going to suck just as bad as the last two. Yeah, I heard the Ewoks are back in this one.
This Valentine's Day, I called my parents to wish them a happy Valentine's Day. So, some backstory. I'm an only child, but I come from a really big family, Italian-American, New Yorkers. So yes, I'm an only child, but it's never really felt that way because there are always so many people around. So it's Valentine's Day, and I call my parents. My mom answers the phone. Hi, Charl. Hi, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, love bug. Everyone, Charlie's on the phone. We just had the pizza. Everyone loved it. More backstory. Every year on Valentine's Day, my mom makes homemade pizza because on my parents' first Valentine's Day together, their pizzeria date plans fell through because of a massive snowstorm. But never fear, my dad climbed the snowy hill to my mom's house carrying a box of pizza. So yes, pizza has been a tradition for 34 years. How are you? Good. How's work? Good. How's Ben? Ben is my ex? I don't know. We haven't really been talking. Oh, not even for the holiday? No, Mom, we didn't talk on Valentine's Day. Can I just say hi to Dad? Yes, but say a quick hello to Grammy first. Okay, love you. Love you too. This then signaled an entire lengthy game of phone tag just to wish my dad a happy Valentine's Day. While on the phone with Grammy, I asked to talk to my dad. She gave the phone to Aunt Ro. While I was talking to Aunt Ro, she asked if I wanted my dad. She gave the phone to Aunt Lisa. I then said happy Valentine's Day to Louisa, Annette, Uncle Tommy, everyone that was at my house. And every conversation would be the same. How's LA? Good? Ugh, so jealous of the weather. Haha, yeah. We miss you. Miss you too. Can I please just talk to my dad? Okay, here's Aunt Lena. I finally got my dad on the phone. Hi, Charlie girl. Hi, Dad. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Everything good? Yes, everything's good. I love you. I love you too. And that's all I called to say. Sometime in the early 90s, Hannah McGuire snuck into a bar and met Robert Logan, a bartender, who only goes by Scott, even a family. A little bit after that, Hannah McGuire became Hannah Logan, and a little bit after that, they had a baby girl, Madeline, though everyone called me Maddie. Now, my favorite story about my parents comes way, way after this, when I was in middle school, but for context, when I was 4, Hannah and Scott Logan decided they'd be better separate, and divorce proceedings started. But don't worry, I'm not about to sit here and cry to you that my parents got divorced and life has never been the same. That's just my reality. But, back to my story. We're in 2009, 2010, the height of ringback tones, and my mother and I loved this new technology. I swung for classy Colby Calais' Realize, and my mother went for the 80s hit Down Under by Men at Work. So I'm in the car with my dad, and because they didn't want to put me in the middle, they made constant calls back and forth, basically until I graduated high school. So my dad's calling her, and he puts it on speakerphone for whatever reason, and I come from a land down under. Brings out. My dad looks at me. Did she do this because she knows I hate this song? I laughed, but didn't really have an answer, so the next day I asked my mother whether or not she did do this despite my dad. She laughed, looked horrified, but also a little proud of herself, and responded that no, she had no idea. It's a simple story, but it's one that reminds me of how much my parents did and continue to do for me, even if it's a small, it's calling someone despite hating the ringback tone.
I am who I am because of their love and faith in me, and I hope and try every day that I can show them the amount of love they've given me.
Hi.
Hey,
Shall we walk?
your wish is my command.
You up for the jazz club later on?
I don't know.
It's fine. You should stop by on Christmas sometime. My mom's sort of planning on it.
Christmas. That's for families. I feel wrong.
You are family, Terry. Thought any more about the Europe trip? Terry? What?
How many times have you been in love?
Whoa. Never. Until you.
Hey, don't lie. I mean, you told me about those 2 other girls.
Come on. I had sex with them. It's not the same thing.
Meaning I'm different because we haven't gone all the way?
No, that's not what I... Hey, what's going on? I love you. That's what's different.
Have you ever been in love with a boy?
No,
But you've heard of it.
of course. I mean, if I heard of people like that, sure.
I don't mean people like that. I just mean 2 people who fall in love with each other. Say a boy and a boy.
I don't know anyone like that. I'll tell you this, there's always some reason for it.
So, you don't think it could just happen to somebody? Just anybody?
No, I don't. What are you saying? Are you in love with a girl?
No.
Don't you know, I want to spend my life with you, Terry. Come to France with me. Let's get married.
Richard, I'm not ready for that. I
What?
can't make myself.
Tell me.
I have to go.
Terry!
I'm sorry.
Why didn't you tell me you're rich?
I thought I did. I always try to tell everyone.
You didn't tell me you're in a film festival either. You never tell me anything, Erwin.
Maybe that's because I could barely get a word in.
Do I really talk that much?
Oh, yeah.
Great. I am gonna go drown myself.
Bye?
Bye.
Thanks for having me over, by the way.
Yeah, I'm glad you came.
Do you, like, want to have this sex with me right now?
Okay.
I was kidding. Oh, God. I was just playing out the movie scene. You ever feel like you have to do that? I mean, there's a waterfall. It's like romantic. You know,
Right, yeah. Sure, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Are you mad at me?
Because, I mean, you can't really be mad at me. You were about to have sex with me 2 seconds ago.
Just don't say stuff like that to a man. Hey, do you want to come on Saturday to see the film? It's super early in the morning, really inconvenient. Of course, I do want you to say yes, but you can take the time to think about it. I don't need an answer right now or anything. That would be a lot of pressure. That's rude. I'm just putting it out there.
I'd love to come.
Okay.
Are your parents gonna be there? I could sit with them.
My parents are in Korea for 3 months, so they will not make it.
Wait, you've had this place to yourself for 3 months?
Yay.
Oh, I get it. It's a big place. It must get kind of boring. Yeah. You know what you need? You need somebody to come to your house and rob you so that you can reenact Home Alone.
That is exactly what I need. Thank you.
I met Robert, my stepdad, about a year after I came to the U.S. from Cabo Verde. He had moved into a room my mom had rented out and immediately became part of the family. He was a young guy, early 30s, full of energy, but he was completely bald. I made fun of him a lot for that. But he really was an angel. I wouldn't be here, right here, if it weren't for him. He sacrificed so much of his time to help not only me, but my entire family. And then, he disappeared. Last summer, I got a call from my mom. She told me that he was back in town and wanted to have dinner with all of us. Internally, I was freaking out. I hadn't seen him in almost 10 years. He had completely disappeared from our lives after my family had moved. I was always confused and hurt as to why he left without so much as a goodbye. I wanted to go to that dinner and to give him a piece of my mind, tell him how betrayed I felt. But when he walked into that restaurant, limping, unrecognizable, I suddenly felt very afraid. I didn't speak much, barely looked over at him. I spent almost my entire life looking up to him. He was the closest thing to a father I had. And there he was, sick and crumbling in front of me. Seeing that made me realize that I didn't want to hold on to that anger anymore. I wanted to remember the man who taught me how to be kind and curious and strong. I wanted to build him back up, even if I could only do it in my memories.
This is the story of one of my 4 roommates in my very first apartment. This is the story of a god-awful couch in a terrible apartment in Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts. I can't stress how much of a first apartment couch this was. I first met the couch about 4 years earlier in June's family's house in Cambridge. June and Owen had just started dating at the time. It was introduced to me as
This shitty old couch my family's thinking of throwing out.
It was an uncomfortably large, old gray thing with cushions that sagged about 6 inches down in the middle. We had to knock off one of the legs just to get it in through the front door of the apartment, so it would pitch to the left whenever anyone sat down. For all its terror, and for how little we cleaned it, never. That couch made the apartment for us. It was the 4th of our little gang. Every time I'd come home and see one of the other 2 on that couch, my day would immediately brighten. I'd sit on that couch and blab to my friends about what I was writing or acting in, and they would listen, pepper in a "that's cool" here and there.
That's cool.
We had many emotional moments on that couch, spoken and not. We'd play narrative-focused video games and feel like we were right there with the characters. Honestly, I've never had more fun. Not all the moments were good, though. The couch and I both had to be there when June confessed they planned to break up with Owen at 1 a.m. the night before it happened. Unlike me, the poor couch also had to be there for the breakup itself. That pretty much spelled the end of our stay in that apartment, but not for the couch. Oh no, that couch wasn't going anywhere. We couldn't really get it out on our own, so we just kind of left it there for the next group of tenants. It's probably still there now. I just hope it's as good to them as it was to us.
Smells good. Yeah. Where'd you get all this stuff? School? Thanks. So, I had my prelim hearing today. Yeah. My lawyer said that he's going to try to get me probation if I plead guilty. Okay. I might have to do a little time, though.
How much time?
90 days? Less?
Okay, yeah. I guess we will have to make that work.
Or I could go to trial.
Why would you want to do that?
Why wouldn't I want to do that?
Because you'll get convicted?
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
I made a mistake.
You're guilty.
It was an accident.
You almost killed Liam.
You don't think I know that? You don't think I'm not blaming myself enough already, so I need you to do it too?
Okay, so if you lose, how much time? How much time do you have to do in prison?
5 years?
That makes me 25, still at home, still taking care of the kids.
I know I can win.
Ghetto chick leaves her drug addict boyfriend's coke out for her 3-year-old brother to eat. Half a gram in his system. You're right. You can totally win.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Yes, but you did
I
it.
turned my back for like what? 2 seconds and now my life is ruined? I mean, how is that fair?
You are his guardian. You signed up for this.
I can't go back to jail.
Okay, well then, I guess this is all about you.
Yes, so this is all about me. You know why? Because it is never about me, and I am finally making it about me!
So am I just supposed to drop out of school while you do 5 years?
I'm not guilty!
Liam almost died! That was you! It was all fucking you. It was your coke, it was your boyfriend, and it was your fucked up life. Not mine.
This is stupid. You can't play spades with 2 people.
I'm trying to make it work. You wanted to play. Can we just ask your Aunt Joyce to play?
She's got a gambling problem. She can't be around playing cards no more. Hey, can I talk to you about something?
Yeah, what's up?
You know Erica?
White Erica or black Erica?
Nah, mixed Erica.
Mixed Erica. Yeah, she's cute.
No, mixed Erica is fine as hell.
Okay.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I like her. I have a crush on her.
Are you trying to tell me that you're...
Lebanese?
Wait, you're from Lebanon?
No, I don't feel comfortable with the word lesbian.
Okay. So we'll say you're Lebanese. I mean, I always thought there was a good chance you are the only girl that wore Jordans to the spring fling. Are you gonna tell your mom?
Being gay isn't exactly something us black folks love to talk about.
Yeah, why?
Some of us think that being gay is a choice, you know, and when our parents find out, they try to figure out what they did wrong.
Gay Martin's white. His parents did the same thing.
Yeah, but it's more intense for us. You know, everything's a contest to us, and your kids are like your trophy. Me being gay is like tarnishing her trophy.
Nah. I don't think that you being gay tarnishes a trophy at all. There are plenty of straight trophies out there, Dee. I think it's great that you're loving this one.
Thanks, dude.
No doubt.
Medford Village Country Club. I did a lot of growing up there. It's where I joined my first swim team, got my first job, and made some of the best friends I could have asked for. It was a second home for me, and I mean that literally. By the summer of 2017, I was working so much I was just waiting for the day they were going to stop paying me and start charging me rent. I loved it there. When I was younger, I could never understand why the assistant swim coaches would only stick around for a season or two before leaving. I have more incredible memories at that pool than anywhere else. Why would anyone ever want to leave? Well, the answer now seems obvious. The assistant coaches were always college kids who needed to eventually go off and get real jobs. I found that out for myself when I got the call to coach. That call terrified me. How was I supposed to be in charge of over 200 swimmers aged 5 to 18 when I was only 20? But if everybody else could do it. I jumped at the opportunity to be a coach for this team that had meant so much to me. I worked way more hours that summer than I was supposed to, mostly doing things that were definitely not my job. That summer is the only time that I can legitimately say I lost my voice. When you're at championships, any and all vocal training you might have goes right out the window. You will scream as loud and long as you can just to make sure that Kevin gets that league record, to make sure Rachel gets that personal best, and to make sure that Ben just keeps his feet together when he swims the butterfly. I put everything I had into that summer because I loved Medford Village and because I knew it was going to be my last summer there. Like everyone else, I needed to start planning for the future, and that meant accepting when it was my time to move on. That summer exhausted me emotionally and physically, but if I could go back and do it all over again, I would do it in a heartbeat.
A method de pouce is anything that brings you back to a childhood memory. It can be a taste, a smell, or an everyday object. It's like when in Ratatouille, Anton Ego eats the ratatouille and then brings him back to his childhood memory of when his mother used to make him that same dish. Well, my method de pouce is a sound. It's the sound of the car driving up my aunt's driveway. We would always turn off the music and roll down the windows to listen to the sound of the tires crushing the pebbles. It's followed by the dog barking, her way of greeting us and saying hello, and then when we would look up to the house, my aunt would be in her apron waving down at us. This has always been our tradition when my father and my brothers drove to my aunt's house in the summer. That sound brings me back to my childhood memories of my summer spent there. Summers playing Uno, having prep parties on the patio, imaginary horseback riding in the garden, cardboard sledding down the hill, and running around the pool to try and create a current. Being a first-generation American from 2 European parents, it's hard to pinpoint exactly where I'm from. I was born in New Jersey, but I grew up in Massachusetts. So when people ask me like, oh, where are you from? I usually say I'm from Medford, Massachusetts, because that's where my mom lives now. But that just feels wrong, because it feels like I'm dismissing my French and Italian heritage. So I may not know exactly how to pinpoint where I'm from, but what I do know is that when I'm sitting on that patio, surrounded by my family, overlooking the Alps, I'm home. And that sound of the tires crushing the pebbles, that means I've arrived.
Waiting for me?
Huh?
It's nice to see you too. What are you doing out here?
What are you doing here?
You're in my smoke habitat. I'm guessing you come in your smoke too, huh?
Something like that?
Why are you pretending for me, Blue?
Why do you keep calling me that?
Blue's just my nickname for you. Why, you don't like it? Well, you like water, right? Well then, my friend, let me introduce you to some fire. Go ahead, talking about it. That breeze feels so good, huh?
Yeah, I do.
You know, where we come from, feel that same breeze. Comes through the hood and it's like everything stops for a second, you know? And you just get quiet.
And it's like all you can hear is your own heartbeat, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it feels so good.
So good.
Hell, Feels so good, makes you want to cry, huh?
You cry?
No. But, it makes me want to. You cry, Charlianne?
I cry so much sometimes I think one day I'm just gonna turn into drops.
Yeah, but then you can just roll out into the water, right? Roll out into the water like all these other motherfuckers out here just trying to drown their sorrows.
Why do you say that?
I'm just listening to you. Sounds like something I want to do.
There's a lot of things I want to do that don't make sense.
I didn't say it don't make sense. But like what? What other things?
Damn, you're so nosy.
Sure, I'm trying to curse at me, huh? Put on a little show, huh?
Whatever.
Now you're trying to get smart? What's up?
I'm sorry.
What do you have to be sorry about?
And then you just rock back and forth. Yeah. You're gripping the handlebar. No. This is totally not fun for you. No, it is. I shouldn't have made you. So, you like the stillness and also the rocking back and forth? It's like a cradle. it stopped. We're stuck. No, it's just a pause. Okay. Do you believe in life after death? I don't know, you? I'm skeptical about the whole thing. Yeah, that's the problem with any exam. Why are you just skeptical? You're making me like... What? You're making the cage creak. It's a gondola, not a cage. Look, first star. Satellite. It's a star. It's too bright to be a star. It's not dark enough. You're really not enjoying this. No, I'm glad to be. I'm glad to be with you too. It's moving. It's okay. This is how people die. No. We're not dying. We're not dying. Someday we're dying, but not today. Hold my hand. Don't look down. Breathe. So, it's a satellite. Yeah. Pretend it's not a satellite. What is it? If it's not a satellite, it's a fucking satellite. I was trying to distract you. I know, I'm sorry. It's just my dad taught high school science. He's very exact, and he'd say that's not a star. It's okay. It's a supernova. It's better than a star. It was just a game. It's light years away, and this is its half-life, but its gravity's constant. Okay. Are you okay? You sort of get used to it, and I like holding my hand. Except I'm crushing your fingers. Sorry. No, I like it. So, are you seeing anything? I was in that thing, but it's over with him. So, are you straight? I like you. Oh. So, are you seeing anyone else? No. Just you.
My name is Levente Tarr, and I'm from Boro, Hungary. When people hear my name and learn where I'm from, they immediately start making assumptions about me. Usually when that happens and they get to know me, they're disappointed with how unforeign I am. Sure, I come from a small, no-name village in the Hungarian countryside, but that's everything foreign about me. I came to America when I was 4 years old with my mom after my parents divorced. Becoming as American as possible was my immediate task. I didn't understand what was going on. I was just a kid. I didn't know I was slowly losing everything that made me Hungarian except my name. I did what I was told. I learned English. Now the thing about Hungarian is that not only is it a hard language to learn, and trust me, I've tried, but no schools teach it as a language course. And my parents were certainly no teachers. Well, my mom used to teach music, but I digress. I became more proficient in English, and less proficient in Hungarian. Eventually, whatever Hungarian I knew at age 4 became just one-word replies. Szia! Jól. Nem. Igen. I understand a lot of what is spoken to me. You can imagine how confused my friends have been listening to my mom and I converse. She speaks in Hungarian, I reply in English. It makes no sense. Am I ashamed of how un-Hungarian I am? Not a chance. I like me. Would I do things differently? Maybe. But I like how things turned out. There's no point in regretting past actions. I am who I am.
The year is 2001. I live in the Dominican Republic in a tiny home with tin roofs, dirt floors, and no electricity for the majority of the day. My favorite toys are pieces of colored string. My meal was bread and butter because that was all we could afford. But my grandfather always told me that he would make it con mucho amor, so it would taste so much better. I didn't have much, but I was happy. 2008, middle school. I was bullied for being too short, being too skinny, being too quiet, and more than anything, I just wanted to feel accepted by everyone. I remember I met this girl, and she kind of looked like me, except she was cool. And I remember she was wearing silver nail polish, so I started to wear silver nail polish. Eventually, I started to dress like her, act like her. I wanted to be her because I thought that was the right way to be. 2010, my grandfather, the man who did everything con mucho amor, lost his long battle with cancer, and he was gone forever. I would never see his smile or hear his voice again, but I like to think he's still watching over me. 2017, I fell in love with a girl, and she broke my heart over and over and over again, and I let her. And at this point in my life, I started to wonder what was wrong with me and why I was never good enough. Today, I am finally realizing that my worth and my happiness does not depend on the approval of others. And I am finally realizing that I am enough. And if I wear silver nail polish, it's going to be because I want to and not because I'm trying to be someone that I'm not. Because the only right way to be is me.
OMG, that scavenger hunt was insane. I mean, I rode a horse. I didn't even know I could ride a horse.
I did.
You know me
Better than you know myself.
And we're on the same page.
That is so hilarious. We are an incredible team, and I love you.
Cheers to that. Happy anniversary!
Okay.
Alana?
You can go first.
Oh, no, you go.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm so freaking excited. This is a family heirloom from my great abuela Fanny Rose, who came here on a ship during Fiddler on the Roof times. They were experiencing violence and raids in her home, and abuela Fanny Rose, being the youngest, most innocent looking, she swallowed this pearl over and over again, pooping it out and sifting through the poop, and swallowing it again to continue this cycle to bring this safely to America.
Wow. Wow.
I know.
I don't know what to say.
No words necessary. Just put it on.
I just can't accept this.
It's offensive if you don't accept it. Not just to me, but to Abuela Fayne Rose. May she rest in peace.
Okay. I guess I'll just try it on.
Oh, it's like I can feel her when you wear that necklace. It's like you're bringing her back to life. It looks gorgeous on you. Even like on a t-shirt. I mean, you dress down, which I get. Okay, your turn.
Yeah, my turn. So, I thought a lot about it. And you know, I did some research. And I just had a memento that it's a hydrating face mask.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, you see, it symbolizes how I feel about you.
You feel that I'm dry.
No. I feel like you are nourishing and, you know, you regenerate me and you rejuvenate me. Not only myself, but my skin.
Great. Yeah, this is great. This is great. This is great. This is great.
Yeah, are you mad?
No. No, I'm not mad. Just informed.
Alana.
I need that bed.
Why?
Because I need it.
Why?
Because if someone were to break in here in the middle of the night wanting to murder us, they would attack this bed first. So I need this bed.
So you're saying you want me to get murdered first, in front of you. And then what would you do? Would you just run up and leave me to bleed out on the floor?
Sort of. That was the plan, yeah.
Well, you can have this bed when I leave.
Well, where are you going?
Stavros is flying in to get me. I told you that.
What do you mean, Stavros? What do you mean? When? When is he doing this?
Like whenever the stupid Olsen twins stop hogging his plane.
Well, where are we going?
Okay. Well, at present, he's just coming to get me, but then I figured we would fly back and grab you guys at some point.
What kind of sociopath abandons her family in some vomit-soaked dump to gallivant around the world with her dumb shipping air loser boyfriend she's known for 3 months?
David, it will be 4 months next month. Yeah, but he told me he could potentially see himself considering saying I love you at some point sometime soon, so...
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I'm telling Mom. I'm telling Mom and Dad. Well, have you told them?
No, David, okay? I'm waiting for the right opportunity, or else Dad's gonna cry, and Mom's gonna do that thing where she pretends that nothing's wrong and doesn't talk to me for 5 months, and I don't want that to happen.
Well, I need that bed. I need it, so...
You know what, David? You get murdered first for once.
No, you get murdered first.
No, you get murdered first.
No, you do it.
Yes, David, you get murdered first. You get murdered
I come from a fighting background. And for someone with anger issues, that's not a good mix. See, I know. Don't let this sweet, innocent face fool you. My parents have taught my siblings and I to defend ourselves. I mean, in the neighborhood I grew up in, you had to. Me being a gay kid who was pretty feminine and looked nerdy, I was a constant target for bullies. But I sure as hell let them know I was not the one to mess with. See, I won some fights, but I definitely lost them too. But even though when I lost, as long as I gave them that one good hit, they certainly remembered it. But constantly fighting just made my anger issues worse and worse, and it resulted me in taking anger management classes. Through my experience, I was shocked by how much I learned how to overcome my issues and not act on my anger. And as I got older, I realized more that if I were to let my anger get the best of me and fight someone, it wouldn't matter if I won or lost, because regardless, I would lose. There are a lot more consequences to pay for through those actions that would hold me back on everything that I'm working towards. And I am not about to let that happen.
The 16 personalities. You ever take that test? To gain some insight on who you are, what you make yourself out to be. ENFJ. Extrovert. Intuitive. Feeling. Judgment. Okay. Now I'm talkative. Sometimes I'm really not. I feel, but sometimes I think way more. You know, like when you're in a group, surrounded by friends talking about video games, girls, the NBA draft, and just observing. Now, not that there's nothing to say, but more that there's so much to take in. You know, obtaining new information, gaining perspectives of people, and the little things that make them who they are. So where does that leave me? You know, what am I doing? What is my contribution? But maybe what I view as a lack of comes as an opening to create. You know, an opening for opportunities, possibilities, relationships, memories, all the little things that make us who we are. I am a work in progress. And that lack of, that scared me my entire life, made me realize that there's so much more to me than a personality test.
Okay, Marty, I did the stupidest thing at that movie.
I'm kind of doing this right now. Can we talk about it later?
Alright, yeah.
You mad at me? No, Hannah, not at all.
Because you kind of seem mad at me.
I pay all the bills in this apartment. Doesn't that give me like one night off from talking about you and your problems?
Okay, wow.
As it so happens, I'm not always in the mood to talk about you.
Okay, wow.
And you know what? I didn't even want to get into this, but why do you always eat my yogurt? Don't look at me like I just said something awful, because I really didn't.
You think we only talk about me? That's not true, Marty. We only talk about you. First, we start talking about what's right with Charlie. Then we start talking about what's wrong with Charlie. It's like you and I have to meet up every day to sum it about
Okay. You just flip this around in a really crazy way. I have the right to be mad here, and I'm taking a really brave chance discussing my feelings.
Maybe you should bring things up when they're actually happening so you can avoid these overwrought conversations.
You are so selfish. This is why you have no friends from preschool.
I have a lot of friends from preschool! I'm just not talking to them right now!
Oh my god, you are like a big, ugly fucking wound.
Ew. You are the wound.
I'm not the wound. You're the wound.
You're wound!
You're the wound.
You're a wound!
Stop saying that. I'm not the wound. You're the wound.
Maybe the issue here is just the fact that I have a boyfriend and you don't.
I would back the fuck off if I were you.
Oh! I'm terrified! Except I probably should be, because you have been batshit crazy ever since Charlie left you.
Yeah, well, you've been crazy since before I even met you. You've been crazy since middle school, when you had to masturbate 8 times a night to stave off diseases of the mind and body.
Okay. That is my most shameful, painful, private secret. And it's really fucking funny to you, Marty, but it's not fucking funny to me, which is why I told you not to tell anyone.
I didn't tell anyone. I'm just telling you now. I would never do that. I'm a good fucking friend. Unlike you, you are a bad friend.
Maybe that's not important to me right now. I don't really give a shit about being a good friend. I have bigger concerns.
You know what? Thank you. That's all I needed to hear. I'm done.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't want to live here anymore. Not with you.
Well, I don't want to live here with you either. And I'm not actually just saying that right now because you said it. I was actually thinking it this whole time. I just didn't say anything because I am a good friend. And you are the bad friend.
Fine.
Great.
Awesome.
Very good.
That's okay.
I actually just wanted to tell you that I can't have brunch.
Well, thanks for canceling in person.
sorry.
Do you want to make a plan for some other time this week?
I think I better just chill out a bit this week, actually.
All right.
Well, you seem like you're really angry.
I'm not.
Well, that's not the impression you're conveying, but it...
No, I guess I just don't understand why you would walk 10 blocks out of your way just to tell me you can't have brunch with me.
I told you I'd try to call.
Sure.
All right, I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about.
All right. So, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Did you tell Dennis about what happened last night?
I guess.
What did you say?
Nothing. I said we had a nice time.
I find that really hard to believe.
Why?
I don't know. Don't guys get into like comparing notes and stuff?
I'm not really into that.
It's just things are getting weird for me now because when Valerie asked me if anything had happened between us, I kind of said that nothing did.
So you're mad at me because you lied to Valerie?
No, I just should have figured that you would like rush off to tell your friends that you fucked me.
Whoa!
Whereas I might be more just.
I didn't fucking rush off anywhere. And the minute I walked through that door, you like totally grilled me.
Whatever, Warren. I don't care who you told because people are gonna think what they think, and there's nothing I can do about it.
What people? What are you talking about?
I don't know, but I must be wrong because of how you're yelling.
You're not anything.
I should listen to my instincts because it was totally against my instinct to come here last night. It was definitely against my instinct to sleep with you. So let's just forget the whole thing ever happened. You can chalk one up in your book or whatever,
I don't have
and
a
I'll
book.
just know better next time.
I really don't get what you're so upset about. I thought we had a really great time last night. And I was actually in a fairly up state of mind for once.
Whatever.
No, not whatever. I'm sorry I said anything to Dennis. I definitely caved. But I also definitely said as little as possible. Even though I was pretty excited about what had happened last night. And, like, maybe, like, the prospect of, I don't know, like going out with you. Which I'd be very into if you were.
I really...
It's totally weird. Like, taking off all your clothes and having sex with somebody you barely know and then being like, what's up now, you know? But I really like you.
I swear, even before I could walk or talk, I could entertain. From a young age, I remember I loved the feeling of being able to make my family laugh. I knew if I could do that, I could do anything. So when I found theater in the 6th grade, I realized I'm destined to be a performer. So I auditioned for the school musical, Hairspray, and I was cast as Velma Von Tussle. I was so offended because I wanted to be Amber Von Tussle. After crying about it, my drama teacher pulled me aside and she said, I cast you as Velma because you have a solo. I want you to sing. Suddenly, something clicked. Twinkled, rather. That was the moment I fell in love with musical theater. It gave me a purpose in life. But then, when I got to college, I started to lose faith in myself. I became so self-critical, and my anxieties grew to be so big that I convinced myself this wasn't the right path for me. Some part of me believed that I could not be great, and so I gave up on my dreams. And I started smoking weed. A lot of weed. I smoked as an escape to just get away from my own self-doubts. And before I knew it, I began to distance myself from the me I always was. I stopped singing. I didn't go on any auditions. I fell in love, but I stopped loving myself. I lost myself. Today, I'm trying to get back to her. Back to that 6th grader with so much twinkle in her eyes and love in her heart.
I have, I promise.
Have you ever been in love with her? I know that this is hard for you to talk about, but I just want you to be honest with me.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
All right, I liked her that way for a while.
When?
When what?
Come on. When did you fall in love with her?
A year ago. Less than a year ago. I had given up on stuff for a while, and it woke me up to her. And so that was that.
Well, when did you stop loving her?
That's an impossible question.
But you would see why I would ask that when you called
Yes,
me.
yes, yes. I was trying to move on, and then I succeeded. So here I am.
It wasn't a very long time.
No, I know.
She still loves you. Look at your face. I asked her straight out, and she couldn't kid herself. This is not my story to tell, is it? I think that the two of you have loved each other for a very long time, just in the wrong order, and if there is 1% of you that still loves her, and there is, I know it, just... I was the first person in your phone that you called, wasn't I? Wasn't I? Okay, yeah, this is gonna hurt in the morning. I'm gonna go buy a pack of cigarettes, and I'm gonna smoke all of them.
We should probably talk about...
There's nothing to talk about! You're not a bad person. Wait, nobody is. I just, this was good. And I hope things work out with you. Bye, Dylan.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. No,
it's not you. I can totally explain why I just did that. You see, I'm obsessive impulsive.
What?
No, you're not.
It's an extremely rare disorder.
Well, I am.
You are?
Yes. Are you sure? Yes. No.
No. You're probably mistaking it with being obsessive compulsive.
What?
I'm not. I'm obsessive impulsive. I've been diagnosed.
Me too.
Clinically.
Me too.
And that's why I just did what I just did to you in the middle of
Yeah,
the
and why I just did what I just did, I'm obsessive impulsive too.
Have you been diagnosed?
Yes.
Clinically?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It's just that I think I fall in love with you at first sight.
For real?
Yeah,
me too. And I keep wanting to kiss you.
Me too.
But that's something I'm not supposed to do.
Yeah, I know.
As an obsessive impulsive person, I have to guard against that, against acting on impulse.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that as an obsessive impulsive person you have to guard against doing, acting on,
and falling in love. Yeah,
especially at first sight.
But you know, lapses are going to happen with me because my OIR, my
obsessive impulsive ratio. Yeah, you don't have to spell it out.
It's very high. So what keeps happening is going to keep happening because I've only been in treatment for 3 years.
Oh, that's not a real long time. I mean, I've only been in for 7, and my OIR isn't exactly low.
Well, what is it?
1 to 33.
You have an obsessive impulsive ratio of 1 to 33?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Even though it feels like everything's falling apart.
I know.
Because I do feel like I've fallen in love with you the second I saw you.
Me too. Yeah, and since then I haven't wanted to do anything except to kiss your whole face.
Me too.
But that's bad.
Yeah. But it doesn't feel bad.
No.
In fact, it feels good.
Yeah, really good.
But I'm not sure it is good because, you know, our prescribed plans for wellness don't allow for this, you know, for us to fall in love at first sight. Even though I swear I've fallen in love with you.
Me too, yeah. But you know, we're probably not really in love because we can't think it through.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's part of being in love is knowing what comes after the first sight part.
Right, yeah.
So we're probably not really in love. I mean, I can see myself spending the rest of my life in love. But it's probably a delusion.
Yeah.
I'm better off.
Yeah, so I guess the healthiest thing for me to do right now is just to go.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And goodbye.
Bye.
pretty happy kid, so it's a really striking change to everyone who knows me. I mean, everybody notices the cracks and the bleeding in my hands because I keep going back to just wash them again and again and again when no one's looking. And everybody notices that I tap impulsively in intervals. And I freak out when I touch something that I think I'm not supposed to touch. And everybody notices this senseless, endless questions that I can't stop myself from asking. Excuse me, is it okay that I just dropped my pen on the floor? Oh, is it okay that when you walk past my shoulder brush yours? Hey, is it okay that, when I told you that I had a good weekend, I might have been lying just a little bit because parts of my weekend were bad, and I don't want to lie even a little bit because if I'm lying just a little bit, then that means I'm a liar, and if I'm a liar, then it's a bad person, and if I'm a bad person, then... I don't know what I thought would happen if I broke the rules my mind made up for me. And that's the disorder. But my parents caught it early, and they put me on meds and in therapy. And they gave me a coloring book that asked me to picture my anxiety like a dragon, because if this horrible stomachache thing that I was feeling could be real and tangible, you know, like a dragon, then maybe someday it could just fly away, and I could wake up in the morning and breathe and be myself again, be a kid again. And I didn't think that it was possible for me. But I'm really lucky to have the family that I have and to have the privilege that I have. And eventually, my dragon took off. And I mean, she still visits, like a lot. But, you know, we're friendly now, so I know when she's coming, and I pour her a drink. And I know when and how to just say, shh, just be quiet. And let me breathe. And I breathe.
As a kid, I thought I was non-existent. I was often dropped as the topic of conversation. But I was patient, made jokes, mostly about ropes and my throat closing with no hope to reopen. I was not soft-spoken. I was angry, mainly at the fact that I didn't think I was actually real. That I played me into blaming myself for not being welcomed by everyone else. Namely my parents, who care for me deeply, but were errant in feeling that they were unprepared to speak to me about the signs I showed in the clothes I chose and the prose I wrote. That I didn't know who I was. I found out alone. When no one was home, I'd wear skirts, pumps, makeup, the works, and felt like my self-worth had finally been unearthed. But I could only stand the whole of loneliness for so long. I'd flaunt myself online to every guy I could find and almost met up with some of the men in person a few times when I was 13. When I started developing male attributes in high school, I'd shaved my legs and tried to ignore the razor burn, though my skin tore and scarred regardless. At that point, I argued that I was unfit to be seen, so I hid. I'd listened to audio that talked about me being a woman, and cried when I did. I applied to Emerson on a whim, due in part to their reputation as the #1 LGBTQIA+ school in the nation. Getting accepted was one of my most elated moments. But even then I waited. It took tricking my brain into thinking I was going insane to realize that I don't have to lose my mind to let who I am on the inside out.